Martin Luther King may have had a dream, but I've got a vision. I'm making a game that gives you enough control to feel like a battle shonen protagonist. But before we get into that, I have to talk about how I got here. Ever since I was young, I've always fantasized about participating in epic shonen battles. It's why some of my favorite games are anime related. But if it's not an anime game, then it has to be a turn-based game. So one day in 2020, during a chess addiction I was going through, a great idea came to me. What if I can mix some of the mechanics from my favorite anime games with the simplistic design of chess? And after just a couple of weeks of development, I launched a project called Bouters. But that project quickly humbled me and taught me just how difficult it is to try and mix these two concepts. And so I shelved the idea for many years. But then one day, I started getting a ton of comments on my Bouters project to check out this game called Yami Hustle. Oh my god. Yo, what is this game? Yo! Oh my god! Oh! And after playing that brilliant game, I figured out the final piece of the design puzzle that I needed to make the game of my dreams. Yo, thanks for checking out the first ever Bouters Devlog. I'm currently working on the MVP. This is what you see here to the side. I'm gonna give you a quick little demo on the current state of the app. Very buggy. Should embrace yourself for a lot of bugs. But I don't think anyone is gonna get their hands on Bouters until the MVP is done. There's only a couple more milestones that I have to hit before it's ready to get into people's hands, but we're still a little ways from that. Let's just jump right into it. I'm not gonna sit here and just ramble for a while. I'm gonna mute the music. Now, here's the main menu. There's a couple ideas that I'm thinking about. I'm not gonna talk about all of them, but obviously tutorial settings. We're gonna do AI challenge, where there is a very rudimentary AI that we can fight against. So the whole concept for this game is, on a high level, you are traversing an action network that it's not visualized here, except for the starting position is the base style, and then here are some connecting nodes, and then every single action that you take, you will make a position. You'll move to a different node within the network, and actually, I should be able to show that off. I think it's kind of important that I kind of show this off a bit so you have an understanding on what's going on a high level. So we start here, right, at the base style, and this is not a current map of things. This has been updated so many times, but start at the base style, and the base style has a bunch of different connections. And let's say that I want to do a jab action, right? I can take the jab action. Now I'm at this position, and I have a new set of connected nodes, right? And so this is what I mean by the action network. You have all of these actions combined that make up the action network. And right now, for the MVP, I'm starting with a very simplistic action network, and then through updates, I'll be able to add different types of actions. This is just a high view. You have to bear with me. There's so many new concepts and ideas that are daily design challenges that I have to figure out, and I'm still figuring out ways to communicate and display all this data. But hopefully this gives you a little overview of what I'm about to go into. So now back in the game, I can take an action, right? I've played this AI so many times, and it's learned from my data of playing the game, so it kind of copies what I've done in the past. So I'm gonna do idle for the first, just to see what their action is. I can see if they're gonna walk. So based on that information, I'm going to switch to brawl style, and now they're gonna start to walk. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step forward, okay, and then I'm gonna get back into brawl style, and then I'm gonna do idle to see what they do. Okay, now he's gonna go for grab my relic. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna switch to defend style. I'm gonna evade to the right, and then back into brawl, step forward. Okay, now I got punched, and then he punched me. But you get the idea of how the game plays. So you're taking one step at a time. And what I can do now is that we've went through 248 frames. I can hit the replay button. You can see a little replay unfold. And yeah, it's taken so much work to get to this point, and I'm still figuring out ways to make it feel right, and more importantly, look right. A lot of the animations in at the moment are temporary. I just had to get some placeholder in there to make sure the system's working. There's a lot of animations still missing. In fact, if I keep playing, you'll probably see a T-pose here shortly. Oh, he's trying to kick. Oh, he's gonna knee. Okay, can I evade in time? Okay. Oh, the knee's broken. So there you go. You can see the T-pose. Still a lot of animations missing and whatnot. So far, so good. The game is feeling pretty good. I really cannot wait to get all animations and all features in for the MVP. I cannot wait for that. But in the moment, I can try and go for a win. The win state is you need to grab your opponent's relic, which is on their neck. I'm going to miss that. I'm going to go for it one more time. Okay, so this is probably a win. My hand is on the relic. I can't zoom in on PC. I can zoom in on mobile because it uses touch controls, but bear with me. So his hand has reached out to his relic, which if you look around the neck, they have little things called relics. And then if I snatch off the relics, that's one snatch. I have a little indicator here to show me the condition of their relic. I have one snatch, two snatch. Okay, it's right. If I get one more snatch, then I win the game. There we go. 3 snatch, won the game. Really simple. It subverts the whole HP concept, and the reason why I found that to be important is because like I'm trying to borrow a lot from chess, and I find that chess when you don't focus the game on HP, I find it to be a lot more strategic. You think about a game like Street Fighter, right? And there's no such thing as killing an opponent in like on move 4. You know, you might be able to get them into a combo where you can do full health or something like that, but I don't think that's as fun or impressive for both players if you just get caught in a combo where you're getting air juggled or something. And so introducing the idea of a relic, it kind of brings that back in, where a skilled player versus a novice player, if you don't know what you're doing, a skilled player potentially might be able to get up close and put you in a position where you don't have enough time to react to a chain snatch. So that's the concept behind it. Obviously it needs to be playtested and whatnot. Another thing that I need to talk about is the relationship of these numbers at the top. So this is the fatigue, and the fatigue is not fully in the game yet, but the idea is that when you take actions, so let's say I go to brawl and then I step forward, right? I add 4% fatigue to me, he's added 9% fatigue to him, right? So when you take actions, it costs fatigue, and the idea behind this is the higher your fatigue is, the longer you are like exhausted, and the longer you're exhausted, the easier it is for your opponent to try and snatch your relic off your neck. It's one of the hardest design challenges that I'm currently going through. One of the last pillars that I need to solve to get the MVP done so that I can get into some players' hands. So far, everything's feeling pretty good. Yeah, once again, I have so much work ahead of me still, despite all the work that I've had to put into redesign, delete, redo from scratch to get to this point at the moment. But I hope you enjoyed this first look into Ultra Bouters. More devlogs to come. I don't know what format or style they're going to take, but I'm going to do the best I can to give some updates. Because let's be honest, devlogs are fun to watch and they can be educational and entertaining, and they're good for archival purposes, so I'm gonna do what I can, but really busy. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you on the next one.